Hey everyone, welcome back to Cooking with Dee Dee. I'm Dee Dee and today we're gonna make red velvet cupcakes. I've made these cupcakes probably about 100 times before for friends. I have to forewarn you, if you make them one time and you take them to a party or something, your friends are always going to ask you to make them again. They are that good. So here are the ingredients that you will need. What we'll want to do is preheat our oven to 350 degrees. All right, while the oven is heating up, we're going to sift our cake flour. I am going to add the ½ teaspoon of salt to the top of the flour, and then I'm just going to sift it into a large bowl. All right, that looks good. Now I'm going to set the flour aside. And now would be a good time to go ahead and prepare the cake pan. So I'm going to take the cupcake liners and you just fill the liners inside the cupcake tin. It's going to make about 24 cupcakes, so you'll want to make sure that you have 2 tins of 12. All right, let's move on. All right, we are now going to add our butter and our butter flavored shortening into an electric mixer. I like to use this really nice electric mixer, but you can use a hand mixer if you'd like. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add both into my mixer and also add the 1 1/2 cups of sugar. Oh, there goes the oven. It's heated, it's ready to go. It's waiting on me now. All right. So what we want to do now is we want to cream the butter and the sugar until it's light and fluffy. So I would say let's go on medium low to start. I forgot to mention, you're going to want to make sure that your butter is at room temperature. It creams so much better when it's at room temperature. Just turn it up to medium. Pretty light and fluffy to me. This is pretty much the consistency that you'll want it, light and fluffy. And now we are going to add our eggs one at a time. Again, the eggs are at room temperature. So I'm gonna add one and mix it thoroughly. Turn it back on here to medium. Okay, that looks like it's mixed well. Then I'm gonna add the second egg to the mixture. Now be careful, you don't want to get any eggshells in here. That would not be good. I don't think many people like eggshells in their cupcakes. All right, well this is mixing. What we're now going to do is make a paste with our cocoa powder and our food coloring. So I just put it in a larger bowl and I add the food coloring and I just go ahead and mix it like so with this little whisk here. Now if you don't have a little whisk, you can use a fork and just go ahead and mix this up like so until a paste forms. Getting there. Looks more like a ball than some paste, but that'll work. Maybe we can just... Alright. Gonna have to use the spatula there, but first what I'm going to do is now I'm going to add the 1/4 cup of cooking oil to the butter and the eggs. I'm just gonna mix that for a couple minutes. Try to get this paste out of this whisk here. tell you, kids, don't try this at home. This is very messy and it could definitely stain your clothes. So you might want to wear these great aprons like the one I'm wearing here. All right, so now I have my paste. And what I'm going to do now is add the paste to my mixture. Looks more like a glob than a paste. All right. Make sure I get all this food coloring here. And then mix it into my cream butter mixture on medium. Now it should start turning really red. So did y'all know that red velvet is really a chocolate cake? I think a lot of people think it's like just like a yellow cake with red food coloring, but it's actually chocolate. I think what I'm gonna do is just get around the sides here to make sure I have all my butter into my beautiful ruby red mixture. And mix it for a few more minutes. All right, and then while it's mixing, we can go ahead and add our vanilla. Just 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And as you can see, it's a lovely shade of red. And now we can move on to the next step. Okay, now we need to alternate our flour mixture with our buttermilk. So I'm going to add a few spoonfuls of the flour into my mixture. And I'm gonna add a little bit of buttermilk on top so it doesn't make a mess. And I'm gonna start my mixer slowly. Still made a mess, but whatever. And we're just gonna go ahead and make sure all of this is blended. And then I'm gonna keep alternating until it's all gone. So, flour. Start on low and then work your way up once the flour gets mixed in. Work your way up to medium. Right. And notice I have a little bit of flour and buttermilk on the side. So I'm just gonna scrape the side a little bit. Make sure it all gets blended well. Like so. All right, it's looking pretty good over here. Now we'll do our science experiment with our vinegar and our baking soda. I'm going to add my vinegar to my baking soda. Now this should add a nice little foamy mixture. I'm going to go ahead and stir that up here. Make sure all of the baking soda gets dissolved in the vinegar. And now what I'm going to do is stir in. Oh, this is on tight. Can't get it off. All right, well, what I'm going to do is stir this in and with my hand, and then we'll get ready to pour the batter into our cupcake tin. Alright, so now I'm going to show you how to put the cake batter into your already prepared cake tin. So what we're gonna do is just take a regular teaspoon and I'm gonna just throw one glob in there like so. And then I'll get a second glob. There we go. And we just wanna fill it until it's about 3/4 of a way full. Because if you have too much, it will run over the side. And sometimes they're too big and fluffy to frost. It makes it a little difficult to frost. So this method, as my engineer husband tells me, is the preferred method for adding the cake batter into your prepared tin. So I'm just going to finish this up and then I'm going to bake my cupcakes at 350 degrees for about 15 to 20 minutes. As a general rule, the cupcakes are ready after about 18 minutes. But we're gonna check them after 15 and see how they look and see if we need to put them back in the oven for a few minutes. So I'll finish this up and I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, I have 24 beautifully prepared cupcakes. I'm going to now place them in the oven for, like I said, about 18 minutes. There goes my little hot plate. Okay, so I'm gonna set my timer here for 15 minutes because I'm going to want to check it after about 15 minutes and make sure that they're rising appropriately and see if they're ready to take out of the oven. See you in about 15 minutes. Oh, there's the timer. Time to check our cupcakes. I set my timer for 15 minutes, so I'm going to take them out and check them with a toothpick. All right. Oh, wow, they look really good. And you can see that none of them spilled over. So I'm gonna check the ones in the middle first. They look done. Nothing's coming out on the toothpick, it's clean. So it's time to take them out. 15 minutes is all it took for this batch. But just to be safe, I'm gonna go ahead and check this one as well. Sometimes when you use different pans, depending on if they're non-stick or if they're just aluminum, will alter your cooking time. So let me go ahead and check this next batch. And looks clean. They're ready to come out. So we're all good. So I am going to let these cool, and while these are cooling, I'm going to make my cream cheese frosting, and you can find that video if you click on the link below for my cream cheese frosting. Thanks. See you in a little bit.